One take, one take. This is NBA One Take featuring yours truly, Pretty Boy Lakers. This is NBA One Take for your head, NBA One Take for your brain. Coming to you live, Brooklyn, New York. This is NBA One Take. Interesting. This game ones of the NBA playoffs, and I had the 4 games on my Lakers. The Phoenix Suns defeated us last night, so we go down 1-0 in the series. And I'm fed up. Because it's a lot of chatter. Guys that want LeBron to fail, Anthony Davis to fail, Lakers to fail. In that order. So we lose game 1. Devin Booker, he had 34 points, made it real easy. You know, he's dunking, shooting, he couldn't be stopped. And DeAndre Ayton missed one shot. 21-16 was a real presence for us. And Chris Paul, he got injured in the game, but was able to. But him out there doing it gave him motivation. Anthony Davis had 13 points. He played atrocious. His play was just... I remember I was saying that he was getting his footing and everything with him. Getting good is late. Maybe this was a blip. Hopefully it was. But he has to play better. He has to be better. You know, LeBron James, he had 18. He got to step up more, even though I don't really expect too much from him because he's coming back from injury as well. But Davis got a few more reps under him where, I don't know. And if people saying, oh, LeBron should turn on the playoff mode and putting up memes, or he was saying, he said, oh, game 1's he didn't say it, but you just know it's an ongoing thing on social media. And then they have the Lakers as the favorites. Now, I said my Lakers was going to win in 7. I just felt that this is a really good Phoenix Suns team. Well coached, well staffed team, well put together. I still believe in it, but I have to be concerned. How I saw Phoenix playing, I don't think Phoenix didn't have their best game. And that's the thing, they didn't. You know, Lakers could play better, but they didn't have their best game. So now we're down 0-1. How are they gonna respond next? Well, people are going to say he just played better. Yeah, that's the basic thing you can say. But certain things got to improve. And a lot of the coverages and just how you're going to execute better on offense and what are you going to make the adjustments to on the defensive end. So Frank Vogel's staff has to figure that out. The next game was the hometown New York Knicks versus the Atlanta Hawks. And Ice Trae Young, a guy that I told people, man, this boy's bad, man. You know, I know people don't like his ball dominant styles, point guard. Need to do a little things off the ball. He has, but he's played great under Coach Nick McMillan, and he didn't disappoint. Come in, the crowd was as hostile as the crowd that you can ever get. And the Knicks fans was not letting up. And people are going to question Tom Thibodeau's defensive situations and what they need to do to make adjustments next game. So Trae Young finished, he had 32 points, 10 rebounds, and he hit that clutch floater. And was just letting them know that in his debut, he's coming here to play, and to do it against a hostile Knicks crowd and a revamped team and organization. This is how you break your bones. And Bogdanovic, he had 18, was really hitting some timely hoops. And for the Knicks, Alec Burks was playing great. He had 27. He was real efficient, playing real well. I did post up, so every time I see Alec Burks, I always just remember how he made Kobe fall when Kobe thought he could guard him. In his later years, but it was just, Kobe, it was just funny. He was playing for the Jazz at the time. But, and Derrick Rose, yeah, he had some key minutes with 17. People, it's jarring for Rose to start. They feel that if Rose is starting, they'll most likely have winning this series. No, you put in place what got you to the dance. You don't make that kind of you don't make that kind of switch unless you have to really, whatever's work is not working for you, and you're going to make that kind of change. And Julius Randle, he was the one that stuck out. He only had 15 points, shot 6 for 23. He was just not on. He was not efficient. And that showed. And his first playoff game, got to play better. But Ice Trae and them win. And jarring off, fans are yelling and everything like that. He wants it. And we'll see. Game 2, how that's going to happen, As some people post say they should knock him on his butt like what Oakley and Mace would do. Yeah. Same back in the day, though. Times has changed. The next game was the Sixers, #1 seed against the 8th seed Washington Wizards. And the Sixers get the necessary win, led by Tobias Harris, who had 37, played out of his mind. And Joel Embiid had 30. Ben Simmons, though, he had 6 points, but he had 15 rebounds and 15 assists. And that's, Doc Rivers called him a gem. I remember I said, look, it's like a Jason Kidd, It's like Jason Kidd a little bit. But, and for the Wizards, they had, Beal had 33 and 10 rebounds, and Westbrook also had double-double with 16 points, 14 rebounds. The Sixers, I think, caught the luck of the draw of it can be dominant at times, but you're not going to get too much out of Tobias Harris like that. He's not going to get that. So, to have that win where Beal played okay and then Westbrook played a little under how he's been playing, and you squeak out that kind of a win and you get that kind of production from Tobias Harris can be concerning. And Philly knows it. Gotta switch, they have to switch some things up with their execution. Because, you know, guys play their normal roles. Just Tobias Harris had the big breakout. And Joel Embiid had 30. You know, so it's kind of concerning. I don't know, I think Washington's going to come out with the same intensity. And the last game was the Jazz versus the Grizzlies. Now, the Jazz is playing out Donovan Mitchell, which people thought he was going to be ready for game one. Obviously, he hasn't. And the Grizzlies, who's been salivating at the mouths, did what they were supposed to do. The Grizzlies came out and punched them in their mouth. And it was led by one Dylan Brooks. He had 31. Ja Morant had 26. Jonas Valanciunas with double-double with 15 and 12. And if you watch the game, it was like Dylan Brooks and Ja was really, really keen on that. Jazz had opportunities, especially by Jonathan. Had 29 points, but he could not. They just could not get it done. And Mike Conley had 22 and 11 assists, but he was a guy that was able to create for himself on the team because they didn't have Donovan Mitchell. So he struggled to try to get those creation points on his own. And he shot 6 for 18. Those are the things, that's what they're missing with Donovan Mitchell. He got to go out there. He has to be out there to play for them to even have, for them to somewhat put a hold on in this series. If not, this Grizzlies, they can make the upset. Because I said this before. The Jazz rather had the Warriors than you had the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies match up well with them. You know, Rudy Gobert had 10 and 11. You know, he didn't have 16 points and 20-some rebounds with some blocks. He didn't do all that because of the girth and what they have available. See, if they play the Warriors, yeah, you could do that against them. Possibly Draymond come down there, still undersized. They're not. They got enough bodies there. So it's gonna be tough. But this is Big One Takes Pretty Boy Laker, and I'm out.